deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hello, Husker fans. Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice for all your automotive needs. Whether new or used, car, truck, crossover, SUV, or EV, we've got them. Shop our ever-changing specials at ZollnerofBeatrice.com or give us a call today and go Big Red. We are Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
Join LES at 6 p.m. Thursday, October 9th at the LES Operations Center to learn about the utilities' proposed 2026 budget and electric rates, and share your input at the annual public meeting. Learn more at les.com.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
It's time for Bonsall Pool and Spa's Truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Fuhrer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Fuhrer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert, driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostreiter. Watch out! Lafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, welcome to this tremendous Tuesday. The birds are singing. There's literally a bird. Dang it, it's that fake bird that got me, Nick.
Yeah, it did get you. It's been there only for about 2 years.
Yeah, I hadn't moved much. I was like, I've heard about, being patient, but I'm like, the monks would be impressed with that sucker.
It does feel, I don't know, it does feel a little bit like it's changed places, because I thought I could see it easier, but now I have to like completely contort my body to be able to see it.
If you look at it long enough, that joker will move.
Honestly, it will.
Folks, welcome to the. Go ahead.
I thought you were going to say it was an exciting day, and the sun is shining. Why? Because the Cubs play playoff baseball
Nick,
today.
Sing it from your chest. Come on, Nick. Santa, let him hear you.
Go, Cubs, go.
Go ahead, Nick.
Go, Cubs, go.
Sing it from your chest.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are gonna win. Go, Cubs, go.
Tell me, Nick, now.
Go, Cubs, go.
Come on, swim.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are gonna win. They got the power, they got the speed.
2 p.m. For the first time in a few years, the Cubs back in the playoffs. And I thought there was no better way to start a Tuesday show.
Mm-hmm. With the Cubs.
We'll get to. We're not going to talk baseball today, and that's okay. But I just wanted to make sure people were on notice that there are 4 baseball games today. This is the fun time to watch. Like this, especially the wild card, because it is best of 3, and
you got to win.
I mean, you got to win. It's best of 3. It's not best of 7. I mean, game 1 is there's that crazy statistic about the percentage of teams that win best of 3 series have to win game 1.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it's going to be, I mean, here we go. So this is a fun time to start watching.
Nick, I told you, man, this is when I really start paying attention to baseball, because you're done with the 100 billion games.
Exactly.
And these dudes.
You're telling me you didn't watch games 101 to 162?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I catch it on SportsCenter at night, and I turned my notifications off for the Pirates 3 months ago. I didn't want to just be reminded of misery every day.
Yes.
But nevertheless, it is the opening of the playoffs, and I'm actually excited because this is when I enjoy watching, man.
Thank you.
This is, like I said, the boys, they still know the boys of summer, but now it's October Madness, man.
Yep.
It's getting October Madness.
It's an exciting time.
Yes, it is. Folks, welcome to this Tuesday show. We got a full agenda. We got 2 guests with some great information for you coming at 9:30. Me and Nick are going to talk NFL here shortly. 10 o'clock, we got some content from Coach Rule's presser on yesterday. We'll comment on that and going to get your comments too. You can always comment. Call the All text line at 402-464-5685. Do that anytime. And we'll probably continue that with 10:30 as well, talking some more collegiate sports. There was a gruesome injury last night. Nick, you're not old enough to remember, but reminded me of Joe Theismann when Lawrence Taylor sacked him on Monday Night Football. And I seen that. I didn't see it right when it happened, but Raph sent me a text. I was like, because I was at dinner, so I didn't know what was going on. I pulled up Twitter and I was like, oh, yeah, boy.
Oh, it was bad.
It was bad. So we're going to dip into that. I want to say, first of all, happy birthday to my wife, Brooke. It's your birthday today.
Yes.
We had a great family dinner last night. Celebrated a few things last night. The Green Gateau.
Mm-hmm.
I had not been there for dinner in years. It's usually brunch or lunch. But, man, if you've not been to the Green Gateau for dinner, Nick, I had a 28-ounce Delmonico steak.
Wow.
And, man, that joker was on fire. Our waiter, Andrew, was awesome.
Good.
Awesome. And so we all ate. So it was me and all the kiddos, Brooke and all the kiddos, their spouses and fiancés and boyfriends and et cetera. And Andrew came out after we had all eaten to like gluttony, however you want to call it. He comes out and says, "What would you like for your dessert tonight, sir?" I was like, Andrew, just give me all of them, dog.
Yeah.
So I did take one home. Nick, here's what I did.
What'd you get?
I got the
What'd you choose for dessert?
Dude, some fancy foo-foo name. But basically to me,
don't act like you don't remember.
Basically to me it was white cake.
Okay.
You know. And I didn't eat it right away. But Nick, here's what I did. You're not paying attention.
I am. Here's what you did.
You're on your phone. See,
you're
a typical
I am
Gen
because
Z.
I'm quote tweeting this show so more people watch it.
Oh, and great job yesterday on doing that too, by the way. So I got up, I was in bed, okay? 2 terrible games last night of NFL. I guess if you're, Jake, good congrats on this. Dolphins getting one.
Okay.
So if you're a Dolphins fan,
I need to get onto that in a second.
We'll discuss that. But so I go to bed, Nick, I woke up at 11:30.
Yep.
I got up and ate the piece of cake.
At 11:30 at night.
11:30 at night. And you know what, Nick?
Yikes.
I had a little bit of ice cream left too.
Yep.
I polished that off too.
You have to.
And then I went to bed. And
That's crazy.
And then I woke, my clock went off this morning and I was like, you know what? YOLO.
What is your go-to, like when you buy a tub of ice cream at the store, and this can be like our intro question of the show. 464-5685 Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. I guess if you want to call in and tell us, you can do that too on the Starter Heyman Jewelers Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. Is that what's your tub? Like what's your flavor that you go with?
Trader Joe's has this flavor, and Nick, I can see it. It's it's raspberry shortcake.
Okay.
And bro, it is off, but it's only seasonal at Trader Joe's, man. But I destroyed it. Raspberry shortcake, wild berry, or something like that. Well, it is wild berry.
So it's like a fruity thing.
It's like you got the cheesecake little mixed in there with the batter, and then the berries. And man, I literally had it on my stomach last night. I was eating it. I just went into the dining room. The lights were completely off, and you just see this brother in there eating white cake with wild berry, strawberry shortcake, and I had ice cream literally on my belly button, dog.
Hey, Louie, come on over.
Hey, in my drawers.
Louie, I need your help. I spilled some ice cream on me.
I was literally sitting there in my skivvies in the dining room in complete dark with the glow of my phone.
That's horrible.
As I'm destroying this white cake and this strawberry shortcake, whatever it is, wild berry from Trader Joe's, and I went to bed a happy man.
That's funny. So for some of the ice creams, half chocolate, half white. Old Dad 34 says, Scony Skir says coffee. I saw coffee chocolate chunk.
That I saw.
Yeah. Coffee chocolate chunk. I had this one over the weekend. I went to a local, not even in here in town, obviously. It was when I was out of town. That I had. Don't read Derek's. Do not read Derek's. So I'll tell you that right now. I saw that pop up.
Let me read this one.
I saw that across the screen. I thought I need to stop everything I'm saying.
Ron Burgundy over there.
And Derek is trying to get AD in trouble here on a Tuesday morning. Nice try, Derek. We're aware. I'm aware.
That is a very good one, no, bro.
It is.
Out about Ben and Jerry.
Yeah. Limited edition. You must have that often, Derek.
Hey, Derek, that's messed up, dog. He's gonna give me the dump button.
Yep. Yeah. That's just brutal, man. You're just out of control. Anyway, and I had it was a cookie butter one, and it had like chunks of actual cookie in it, and it was so good. I do agree with Matt here. AD, you need to go to Dairy Queen and get a strawberry cheesecake blizzard. He says with Heath Bar added to it, it'll change your life.
Oh boy.
I don't add the Heath Bar. I just get the strawberry cheesecake, and it is delicious.
You know what, Matt? I'm gonna have to check that one out, man. You talking about this life changing? I'm down with it. Don says here, let me read it first.
I better make sure that it's actually a real flavor, because Derek is trying to claim that it's a real flavor.
He's really saying it's. We can't even tell you what it is, but he says a flavor.
I'm looking.
Donnie, good morning, Don. Butter brickle when I can find. Yeah, it's hard to find butter brickle. Normal, it's vanilla, so I can add water, whatever toppings I want to.
Oh my gosh,
I love that.
It is.
I love that.
It is a
Derek
real flavor.
Method, you knucklehead, man.
Dude, it is a real flavor.
Crowbait says average Saturday night.
AD, it's a real flavor.
Are you serious?
This is ridiculous.
Derek, we owe you an apology.
Yeah.
But I can't still say it.
It came out. Okay, so we can say it. Sweaty balls. Derek said it as he said, Ben & Jerry's had the best flavor ever, sweaty balls, best limited edition. Derek followed up with, it's a real flavor. You got to look it up. So I look it up. Here it is.
Inspired by jock straps in locker rooms.
No, it was not. It was released on December 20th, 2016. And this comes straight from Ben & Jerry's official website.
Oh,
here is the
world coming to, bro?
Here is exactly what it says verbatim. This is not me making anything up. Oh, those delicious balls. If you're anything like us, sometimes you'll find yourself daydreaming about Pete Schweddy. Our mouths start watering. We close our eyes. We lean back in our chairs, gripping our spoon with renewed intensity. And that's when the memories really kick in. I feel so weird saying this.
I'm not saying it.
All that creamy vanilla ice cream with just a hint of rum, the countless fudge-covered rum and malt balls. Oh, those delicious malt balls. Even now, more than 4 years after the flavor's limited holiday season run, no one can resist Ben & Jerry's Sweaty Balls flavor.
Hey, unmasked texter. Nick is too young to remember that SNL skit.
I do remember the skit.
You probably pulled it up on YouTube.
I know the skit.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. With what's the guy's name? He got in some trouble with the gun incident, unfortunately.
Which one?
Yeah, which one? Pretty wide open on that one, AD.
Yeah, that's pretty vague. Anyway.
Good skit.
All right, we're done.
So again, happy birthday to the wifey.
Yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, bro.
How do we get off
happy
of that?
Birthday to you. We got from that to 28 ounces of Delmonico steak to a particular flavor of ice cream inspired by jock straps in locker rooms around the world.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Nick, speaking of locker rooms, there's a guy that unfortunately got willed to one last night. NFL, let me ask you this, Nick. What was a good segue, wasn't it?
That was out of pocket. AD. I mean,
well, he did get willed to the locker room. Speaking of locker rooms, I think you're going to clip that one probably.
Yeah, that one's going to be. I don't know if we can post that one.
And by no means am I making light of it because it was a gruesome injury.
I mean, it was gruesome.
Well, but he did go to locker room.
Tyreek Hill was making light of it. I mean,
he was on there smiling.
Mike McDaniel after the game was like, yeah, I've never seen somebody. He was in good spirits, and we're like, so we all saw him laughing as he was getting carted off the field.
Ever, as his leg did a 180.
Don goes, AD is on fire. Let him cook. Speaking of locker room, somebody got wheeled to one last night. That is crazy.
No, I was just making a nice, just a nice segue to the next segment of the NFL. And he actually did get willed, and he was smiling. I was like, okay, that dude is tougher than anybody I've ever met. Because if my leg got bent like that, there would be no smiling. I would ask for a towel over my face. There'd be no thumbs up. There'd be nothing. I'm like, man, just get me out of here, dog. I just want to go home.
I mean, anyway, yeah. I just can't believe it, man.
Work.
Yeah, that's insane. That is insane. Yeah, no.
Crowbait, we're off to a roaring start.
I mean,
my head is sweating, man.
Yeah, I bet so.
No, I just got out the shower too. You see all that sweat?
Got a little after shower sweats?
Yeah, I got the after shower sweat.
That's all right.
Nick, let me ask you this.
Yeah, no, Tyreek
and text line, let me know what you think too. What is the biggest shocker of the NFL so far for you, Nick? The biggest shocker so far.
Well,
I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Baltimore 1-3.
That's what I was
easy
going to
hanging
say.
Fruit, but it's the truth. I'm just shocked.
It is. I get why you say that at 1-3. They've also played some pretty good teams. The Cleveland defense is no joke. You want to know how good the Cleveland defense is and how much the rest of the NFL respects them. If you looked at what the Detroit Lions did this weekend, when the Detroit Lions, they throw analytics out the window 95% of the time, and they just go for it on fourth down, regardless of down and distance, right? But if you want to know how much they respect the Browns defense more so, is you sit there and you could look at, they had 4th and 3 from the Browns. I think it was the 48-yard line. So they were on the plus side of the 50 and they punted the ball. That is the type of respect. If your defense is so good where Dan Campbell says, you know what, maybe it's just better if we just go ahead and punt them and pin them deep. You know, you have a pretty quality defense.
Yeah, and we still don't know the status of Lamar Jackson. I was looking up this morning, still no word on his status. Derrick Henry is, fumbled 3 straight games. I'm just surprised. I'm not saying it's by no means. I mean, they're still in it, but they're making it awfully tough for themselves by digging this early hole. I'm going to say the team that I'm impressed with right now, and this is no shocker, and there's a few of them actually. I liked how your Detroit Lions bounced back after the week 1 loss.
Sure.
Because a team that into the season so hot, if you would, and has built momentum, a game like that could have done a lot of things to them, but it shows you that Coach Campbell's got those guys in a very good headspace, obviously, doing what they've done. And I'm going to tell you another team, Jacksonville, man. Jacksonville's playing some good ball right now.
I would also, believe it or not, there's 2 teams and they actually play each other this week that I'm intrigued to see how long they can keep it up and the stability when they play better competition down the road. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes.
And
tough game against Philly Sunday, but battle.
Yes.
But battle.
And the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Those two teams.
We should have beat them week 1.
Those 2 teams play each other this week. But Sam Darnold, after everything that he did with the Vikings, right, leading them to that 5-0 start last year and ended up getting rewarded with a large contract this offseason. And with the Seahawks, there was a lot of skeptics, including myself, where I sat there and I thought, okay, is Sam Darnold actually, I don't want to say actually a good quarterback because that's very vague and generalized, but is he truly worth everything that he got paid? And can he continue the success that he had in the regular season last year for the Minnesota Vikings with a new team? Jackson Smith-Njigba has emerged in the NFL as a true wide receiver 1.
Man, he hurt us.
4 games.
He hurt us.
He's done that. And then they have the 2 running back system of Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. And so I've been really impressed with the Seattle Seahawks as well. And those 2 teams, that's a really intriguing matchup this week, is the Seahawks versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because Baker Mayfield, once again, I saw a question that came across our text line. I think it was last week, AD, when we were talking about Baker Mayfield. I think it was after when we were breaking down the Buccaneers game last week. And it was the question of, did Baker Mayfield get a career resurgence after he left Cleveland? Or if he would have never went to Cleveland, he would have never needed a resurgence. And I thought that was really interesting because it might have just told the story of like, Cleveland's just a place where quarterbacks go to die. The quarterback careers just go to die.
I think the last good one I remember is Bernie Kosar. You weren't even born yet.
Exactly. But in all seriousness, because Baker Mayfield might have been a really good quarterback.
Just a horrible system.
It was just in a horrible fit.
Organization.
And the minute that he comes out, if he would have never went to Cleveland, would we have been seeing this version of Baker Mayfield over the last couple of years that he's been with Tampa Bay? Would we have been seeing that his entirety of his career? It is a really interesting thought.
It's interesting. And you know what, Nick? Baker, I'm intrigued with him and really pulling for him, because here's a guy that was humbled by his career, by life in general, really got serious with his faith. He talks about that openly, and just like, he goes, I wasn't at peace with myself.
Yeah.
And he's a different dude, man. He plays different. He comes across differently. He always seemed like, Nick, that he was mad at the world. Did you kind of notice? Obviously, he was in the commercials and things of that nature, but he just seems like a man at peace, and he's playing like it too. So, like I said, I love Baker, the transformation, if you would, the evolution of Baker Mayfield, if you would. So it's cool to see. As you know, Nick, the only team I do not cheer for ever is the Patriots. Sorry, Rico, I love you, little bro, but I cannot cheer for the Patriots. But I do like their coach.
Yeah.
But I'm pulling for Baker Mayfield and that team, and I really enjoy them, except when we play them. As far as that
goes.
And
Hizzlebear says he settled his life down and stopped trying to be the flashy dude. And I just wonder if also, like, once you get into an NFL organization, like somebody like Baker, and you're in the Cleveland Browns organization, like, are you trying to? I don't want to say lash out, because that puts it as an immature connotation with it. But ultimately, like, are you trying to find your lane? Like, are you trying to figure out how you want your persona to be viewed in the NFL, right? And I think maybe when you're in Cleveland and things aren't going the way you want them to on the field,
it's easy to spiral.
It's easy to get wrapped up in the stuff that doesn't matter. Now you start winning games and you realize, okay, you know what? At its core, here it is, football, baby. And I mean, it's been really, really interesting to see. You know, Chris Godwin is still banged up, and it's Emeka Egbuka has been able as a rookie to step on in and be a big part of that offense as well.
Now, obviously, I'm not comparing their stats or their success in their each respective sports, but you think about Scotty Scheffler.
Sure.
I always said golf does not define me.
Absolutely.
And everybody's something bigger is different. But he said golf doesn't define. That's why he seems like, well, exception this past weekend. I wish it would have defined him a little better. But nevertheless, Scheffler said golf doesn't define me. He plays with so much looseness and so much freedom because at the end of the day, it's like, this is not what's defining me. You've seen Baker Mayfield enter that same element that, you know, I love football, but football no longer defines who I am as a person.
Absolutely.
You know, and you can see both of those guys. I think we're bringing it back to Baker Mayfield. He's playing really free right now.
Yeah.
Other notable games this weekend, Nick, you got the Rams Broncos take on the Eagles at 12. That's going to be there in Philly. That's going to be a tough matchup. I think the Vikings and Browns, think about this, Nick. The Vikings are still overseas because they play in London this week.
That's right.
They are the first team in the NFL to do back-to-back weeks overseas. They play, obviously, my Steelers in Ireland last Sunday.
That's right.
They play another 8:30 game. They play the Browns over in London.
That is bizarre.
At Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Nick, say Tottenham.
Tottenham?
No, Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Tottenham. There you go. Say it like Pi's 10th grade.
Let's go to break. We have guests from the health department in Malone Center. When we come back,
Nick,
they got a great project they're working on.
And you know what? The project came from Tottenham.
No, we did not. We're going to talk to them when we come back.
It's time for Bonsall Pool and Spa's Truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's. I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers, crinkle-cut fries with Texas toast. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup.
I love Nebraska Pick 3. It's the Nebraska Lottery's very best game, and nothing could ever change my mind.
What if I told you there's now a Nebraska Pick 4?
Say what?
It costs just $1 to play. There's a $6,000 top prize with drawings every day, and you could choose from 6 different bet types. What would you say to that?
I love Nebraska Pick 4. It's the Nebraska Lottery's very best game, and nothing could ever change my mind.
Thought so. Straight bet top prize odds 1 in 10,000.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years. And I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly cloudy skies. It'll be breezy. See an actually higher on 92. Tonight, decreasing cloud cover with light winds, a low around 61. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and warm with a high near 86. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Fuhrer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Fuhrer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. Nick has been teasing me repeatedly this morning. You know what, folks? I'm going to just let it slide. And because we have a therapist and a counselor in the room for our guests, I'm not going to throat punch you. I don't think they would advise that.
I appreciate that. This is what I do. It's good whenever we get guests in here because you have to be on your best behaviors.
We got company in the house.
Yeah, because you get to frame a certain narrative. And nobody else is around here.
Nick tends to make fun of the elderly, myself. So sometimes I got to put him in his place. He's 24.
You make me sound so much worse.
Everyone's elderly at 24.
Yeah.
It's nothing on purpose. I'm not being mean on purpose. AD just does things to incite,
We're going to have
energy.
Lawrence and Jesse talk about some counseling for you.
That'd be great.
Always someone else's.
Nobody better to.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks, we got Jesse Davey in here from the Lincoln Lancaster County Health Department, also therapist Lawrence Gardner from Lone Community Center. Gentlemen, good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Absolutely. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. A little bit about background about yourself. Jesse, how did you get started and how long have you been at the Lincoln Lancaster Health Department?
Oh, man. So I've been there a decade. Prior to that, I worked and lived at Boys Town, actually. So child welfare for about 7 years, living on campus, working with kids there with my wife and family, and got a degree in epidemiology and ended up in public health. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Lawrence, what about yourself, man?
Graduated from Doane in my master's in counseling in 2011. Been practicing in my own practice since 2015. Joined the Malone Center about 4 years ago as a therapist there, and been working with the community ever since.
Lawrence, like I said, me and Nick joke quite a bit, but when it comes to mental health, and the initiatives, the 6 pillars of emotional well-being. Those are things we take very serious. You know, mental health is a huge thing that I speak on quite a bit. In particular, you look at the work that you guys were busy with, Jesse, particularly during COVID, just people's mental space and introverts where we're too introverted during that time. It's like, I need, just the mental well-being of people. The Malone Community Center, Lawrence, has been near and dear to my heart for years. I was born and raised here in Lincoln. My parents' first house was right over on T Street, which was called T-Town back in the day. I'm sure you've learned the history of the lineage.
Yep.
John Goodwin, your executive director, is one of my best friends. Our dads go back over 50 years. You know, his late father, my late father. So there's a lot of connections that are there. Just I want to start with you. You guys, tell us about the project, first of all, from your perspective.
Well, you framed it perfectly. So the last 5 years have not been easy years in our community globally, but specifically, we have a community health assessment that we do where it looks at so much data and what's driving health in the community. And we take that to our partners, and then they get to identify a data-informed set of priorities. And this might surprise you, but emotional health and mental health have become priorities for the last 3 cycles in a row. And have been elevated this time around. So 2 of our 3 priorities are in emotional health. So addressing depression is one, and suicide prevention is the other. And our community specifically was focused 3 years ago, though, on youth emotional well-being, which is where this project actually started. So yeah.
Would you say? I'm going to say. Would you? Yeah, I'm going to say that. How much has social media played a factor in mental health as far as not even just students, but in people in general?
Yeah, going right to
Right up
it.
your alley.
Yeah, I mean, Lawrence would be better to answer that than I would be, actually.
So be on deck, Lawrence.
Yeah. But the reality of it is there's been a pretty dramatic shift in the last decade in how kids do start. And actually, our 4th pillar we just launched yesterday, so that's available now too. Relational connectedness has gotten complicated for kids. And so even if you do social media well, it's there's a confusion right now of how do you even start sometimes a relationship. So that was one of the challenges kids were having, was they would come in with severe social anxiety, self-diagnosed through TikTok, of course. Speaking of the socials, and
oh man,
and ultimately they just forgot how to start a friendship and maintain that. And so not across the board, but there were an increasing number of kids that just kind of were forgetting.
It's interesting because we frame it in this mindset of like how to do social media well, right? But then there's no like blueprints. Like I think everybody, even the professionals, are still learning. Like when we say well, we put it in quotations because we're like, well, it's very vague, it's very generalized. Right on.
Lawrence and Nick, but you mentioned being well. It's such a broad and vague term because unfortunately, you would think back in the day, well was well and good was good. Well, now it's such a broad definition depending on the person. With their youth emotional well-being, what does that look like today and some of the challenges that you face, as you're working with clients?
And I think it's defined in the first pillar is sleep. There was times where, you remember when we were younger, bedtime was a routine.
Right. Yeah.
These kids are taking phones to their beds, and every time there's a notification that goes off, kids are up till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and now I got to wake up till at 7 to go to school all day. Well, now you're wondering why you're edgy, why you're a little bit more frustrated, why that reading assignment is a little bit more triggering. I think that's where we are right now, is that the biggest thing I see is the disruption of sleep.
Yeah.
What I'm sorry, AD.
No,
what does
ahead,
that
brother.
do for then? Okay, so we made a joke earlier. I'm 24, but like I'm sitting here going, if I did that, if my parents would have allowed, which they certainly did not, I was phone in their room at 10 p.m. every night. Like that's what it was. But if I were to do that at age 12, how can that affect me now at age 24? Like in the workforce and in the real world, as we call it.
I think, I'm 50. So
I'm 51.
When he's hating on elders, he's hating on us.
Not at all. 80 gives me a bad rap. No, I'm kidding.
And I think at our age, we talk about burnout. These kids are dealing with burnout now, right? You got to have sleep. And I'm so happy that they addressed that part of it in the pillars, because I think that sets the foundation for everything. You just cannot operate at your best when you're fatigued and tired all the time.
And you know what? To both of you, this question, I want to ask you this, because that sleep part is big. I just a quick rundown of their 6 elements. Sleep being number 1, physical activity as on there, nutrition and hydration, relational correctness, mastering, quieting. you guys, you think about that lack of sleep. And unfortunately, going back to social media, we hear people glamorizing lack of sleep. Sleep is for suckers. I'll sleep when I die. I'll sleep when I'm done. And I hear all this and I'm thinking, do they not understand I had back surgery August 14th.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my doctor said, you know what? I was grinding last night. I didn't get to bed until 3:00 studying for this surgery. My surgery is 6. No, bro. We're gonna take a day off. We want you to get rested up. But we of society, we've glamorized lack of sleep as it's a badge of honor, and it's one of the most healthy things you can do.
Yeah.
So I guess both of you, why have we put such a low premium on the importance of sleep?
So I don't know why it's become what it's become. I do know that some of the things that we've incorporated into our daily life have become that's so addictive in the process, and they'll ultimately the typical normal rhythms that we would have, that we would set, not just with sleep but with everything. You set a clock by when you wake up every day, by how physically active you are, how much sunlight you get. You set a clock by how much caffeine you take in. We have a nutrition hydration pillar. That hydration one, I've realized, is really more right now. The issue is energy drinks, man. So you start adding in other things. And so I think ultimately it isn't even so much that, well, I shouldn't say that. I think in the adult world, there is this idea that somehow I shouldn't need sleep. But I also think that we're seeing the effects of that. So the massive shifts in just emotional health among adults. They're actually it's 30s to mid 30s to mid 50s is the most concerning age group when you look at suicidality and death by suicide. So yeah, it's definitely a thing.
I think it's really interesting because we're so trained that you talked about one of the pillars is mastery and quieting, right? And I want you guys to kind of dive into that a little bit, because when I hear that, it might not even be the direct definition of what you guys are talking about, but what I think about is how uncomfortable we are in silence, how uncomfortable everybody is when nothing's going on around them, because we're so used to this light on our phone, the backlight being on, or us scrolling aimlessly through our phones, or for whatever, right? We've made this a lot about social media, but people in public environments, we're so uncomfortable just sitting there and giving ourselves a break that nobody really knows how to operate or realizes the importance of it.
Before you guys ask, if you haven't read this book by Ryan Holiday, it's called Stillness is the Key.
No, I have not.
There's the word.
Stillness.
It is, though.
You guys, I'm telling you, check that book out.
Writing it down.
Don't let me hate you, big dog.
My bad.
I love that. Was so funny.
I was like, LGZ. Don't let me hate you.
He gives him the point. There's a delay on the TV. And I just see AD point, and then he's like, all right. Yeah, let's try to see how he plays this off. But no, it's serious.
That is a great read. Any book by Ryan. Ryan Holiday has a book called Stillness is the Key. And it's an amazing read. But it talks about that stillness and that quiet. Lawrence, here's one of the questions as well. Why did you choose to participate? And I got one coming to you as well, Jesse. Why did you choose to participate? Why do you think it was important with you and your teammates, the good ones, etc., to say, you know what, we need to take part in this project?
Great question. After years of working in the field, some of the common things started rising to the surface. And so when I initially saw the 6 pillars, it addressed those things head on. Sleep, exercise, all things that I'm interested in. I use exercise as part of our therapy. Sometimes kids don't want to sit down and talk. Sometimes they want to be moving. Okay, well, we could reach treatment goal through exercise. So a lot of the pillars that Jesse brought forth kind of aligned with everything that the Malone Center was bringing to the table, and in the direction that the Malone Center wanted to go in when working with our youth.
When that building is complete, will you have a space in there as well?
I have an office on the 3rd floor. Thank you, John Goodwin.
Yeah, that place is going to be beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Man. It's going to be beautiful.
It's beautiful. I did want to add that with the grind culture, we live in that grind culture.
Yes.
So taking time to enjoy a sunset, taking time to pray, taking time to meditate, those things, they get put on the back burner.
Absolutely.
Literally this morning, and like I said, sometimes tragedy in life bring you to a point to where you say, like, you know what, I need to do something different. But this morning, this was just out on the deck this morning.
Beautiful.
That sunrise.
Yeah, it's worth
and
seeing.
And you know, through a lot of things in my own life, you know, grief, losing parents, bad decisions, just I'm like, I need to come to peace with myself. And those mornings, those moments of peace do so much for the rest of your day, evening, etc. Jesse, you know, where did the framework for the videos come from?
I appreciate that question. So we were asking, what can parents do? So one of a previous cycle of improvement planning, we identified a need to grow practitioners, more practitioners in our community. And then COVID hits, and we know not only are we not growing that number, we're actually losing some of our therapists and our counselors here in town. And so one of the questions started with, what can healthy adults in a kid's life do to grow their emotional strength in a time when bad things are going to happen? We don't want that to happen, but we know it's a part of life, and more than that, that we can prepare for it. And so, what were the rhythms? What were the healthy things? And I sat down with Dr. Luke Bossert, who's a buddy of mine, and just said, I don't know, when we say we don't want to push into the therapeutic, which is what our partners were saying. They wanted something for parents and community members that felt a little bit Wild West to me. But he had curated this set of evidence-based practices and approaches that was really helpful. And as he was talking about, I said, well, okay, so in practice, how does that look when you're talking with a client? And it was amazing. He could go through each pillar and identify keys that would change. If they changed that aspect of their approach to life, it would grow their resiliency, their ability to deal with it. I mean, we've talked about sleep a lot, but you think about staying up all night at a sleepover and how resilient a kid's emotions are, or those things. And ultimately, the question was not just post-COVID and not just for kids, but for the parents themselves, for us as adults and us as members of our community. How do we get resilient? And it was the same answer. It's the same questions. And so ultimately, he had these 6 pillars that he had put together, and so we tested it. We tested it on folks like Lawrence that were experts in our community and said, how does this play to you? And it was amazing because especially with the therapeutic community, it so clearly resonated with the approaches they were already taking. And it were the exact things they wanted parents and guardians and coaches and mentors and neighbor ladies and whoever else was in these kids' lives, teachers, to be pushing into their kids with their kids. And so ultimately, that was we decided to go into setting the framework as videos just to get the ideas out there, but ultimately we'll grow how we approach each of these. And on the mastery, this guy, he knows his stuff, and he's our go-to specifically in how you develop that.
Last question. I got one for each one of you. First of all, before I forget, where can people find those videos?
Yes, so lincoln.ne.gov. Just search 6 pillars.
And that's
lincoln.ne.gov. Sorry. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. 6 pillars. And actually, if you search 6 pillars of emotional well-being here in town or in the Lancaster County area, it'll pop up.
And if you've been watching on our video stream, that thing's been scrolling across the bottom, that website as well. So that's been
and we'll share these on socials too. Thanks for putting that up there, Nick. I appreciate that. Before I let you both go, I love this quote by Dr. Ismat Niazi. He's the co-founder, and I'm sure you both know him. I don't know him, but I thought this was interesting, of A1 Family Psychiatry here in Lincoln. He goes, in my work with children and families, I've seen how critical, strong, supportive relationships are to young person's emotional development. He goes, relational connectedness not only helps build resilience, but also protects against anxiety, depression, and social isolation. Now, this is the thing that blew me away when he said, in fact, I would say that isn't just part of the human experience. It is the human experience.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Last words for both of you. Lawrence?
Attachment is everything. Healthy attachments. When a kid has healthy attachments in their lives, or even adults, when we have a good friend in our life, things are just a little bit easier to deal with. Obviously, when we're going through grief situations, having that support system is easier. When we are going through a difficult day at school or a difficult pregnancy, having a support network just makes life a little bit easier. And I think that word resiliency is going to come up a lot because that's what it is. I mean, Jesse is absolutely right. Challenges and stresses are going to come up. But if you have the tools and the skills necessary, then working through those challenges don't seem so daunting.
Right.
And that is the importance of relationships, because those skills are sharpened when you have healthy relationships.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, he nailed the relationship one. I guess the last one I want to talk about, and also is quoting Dr. Niazi, that we have a Ferrari track in our brains, and we have a Prius track. And ultimately, all of the good things do not happen on the Ferrari track. We stay on that Ferrari track and things break down. But when we slow down enough that we're not in fight or flight or avoiding hard things and able to just be present, we get relationships, we get sleep, we are able to master very difficult tasks that bring us joy. We are able to choose wisely how we move our bodies and what foods we take in. And so ultimately my encouragement is parents, we have to think about how much our kids are being hyped up all the time.
Right.
And how can we slow that round down and provide off ramps for kids so that they can actually be present in the moments that they're in. So
absolutely.
I love that, what both you mentioned right there. This is something that is huge in our world today, in our society today. People, like Nick, like you said, stillness has become foreign to many of us. I appreciate you both. We appreciate you both for letting people understand the importance of stillness, resilience, and your 6 pillars. And again, that's lincoln.ne.org.
.gov. Yep,
Lincoln.ne.gov.
City
There's
website
information on there. We'll get information on our socials as well. Jesse, Lawrence, thank you both so much.
Thank you for having us.
Definitely come back again.
Absolutely.
And if Nebraska loses on Saturday, we'll probably have you back on Monday. Folks, we'll be back with History is the Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Join LES at 6 p.m. Thursday, October 9th at the LES Operations Center to learn about the utilities' proposed 2026 budget and electric rates, and share your input at the annual public meeting. Learn more at les.com.
I love Nebraska Pick 3. It's the Nebraska Lottery's very best game, and nothing could ever change my mind.
What if I told you there's now a Nebraska Pick 4?
Say what?
It costs just $1 to play. There's a $6,000 top prize with drawings every day, and you could choose from 6 different bet types. What would you say to that?
I love Nebraska Pick 4. It's the Nebraska Lottery's very best game, and nothing could ever change my mind.
Thought so. Straight bet top prize odds 1 in 10,000.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's. I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries with Texas toast. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back on this tremendous Tuesday. We want to thank Lawrence and Jesse again. Lawrence from the Malone Community Center and Jesse from the Lincoln Health Department. I mean, I guess me and Nick joke a lot, and we have a lot of fun doing it. But me and Nick, with all seriousness, have the past 3 years have both been through some very trying times in those relationships, man, and being connected and being able to vent and lean on people. So I can't thank them enough. Again, go to lincoln.ne.gov, lincoln.ne as in Nebraska.gov, and not hashtag 6 pillars that is on there, because those pillars were monumental. Nick, you made a good point, man, about, when you went to bed, your parents like, yeah, phone's in our room.
Oh yeah, it was 10 p.m. and if it wasn't, we woke up and it was not in their room. I mean, it was a why wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It was a conversation that if it was. And then once you turn 18, you're like, all right, it's you're mature enough to
absolutely
realize, okay, maybe I can have my phone all night. But
no.
when you're 10 years old or 11 and stuff, and if you have a phone, that's fine. But it's one thing of like, all right, let's manage this a little bit here.
You have to protect kids from themselves,
yeah,
and from other people in this day and age, man. Like I said, our kids didn't go to bed with their doggone cell phones, and they knew better to say something. I might be laughing and joking AD on the radio, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But when it came to discipline. No, I did.
Yeah, AD's scary.
I did not. Even at dinner last night, the kids go, "Mom, we don't ever think you ever really like just went nuts on it. I mean, just like really raised your voice." Keena goes, "But Pop's over here."
Yeah. Speaking of
then the
bad
stories
guy.
came up. He goes, "Yeah, I remember one time Dad snatched me up and put me against the refrigerator."
Well, dang. No, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
I said have that phone in here.
Yeah, no, got to. I said that was my white cake. You ate my dessert. Anyway.
Oh, Doc, we appreciate you, Lawrence. Appreciate you, Jesse, everything that you guys are doing and gals are doing for the community health in Lincoln and surrounding areas. We can't thank you enough for doing that. Nick,
yeah,
it is going to be an interesting week. Weekend in sports. I cannot wait for all the games that are coming up, most particularly Nebraska. Here's a little history.
Well, and the Cubs today, right?
Hey, you got to give credit where credit's due, man. They're in there, so you got to give. I give up props to it, man.
Yeah.
Here's some Husker history. Okay, in our history segment, the past 5 meetings have been decided by a total of 15 points. The last 5 meetings between Nebraska and Michigan State has been decided by a total of 15 points, with the margin of those 5 games being 5 or fewer points.
Well, yeah, if it was 15.
See, that's why I want to throat punch you.
What? I'm just saying that's just math.
You should have just closed your hole.
I should have just
and
said
listen to
nothing.
me. Shut your face and know your place, Nick.
I should have just not provided any context.
Shut your hole, know your role.
The last
Let me
5
read my
games,
notes.
The last 5
Let
games
me read my
decided.
copious and meticulous and well thought out notes. And so what if I needed a calculator to do that?
But
Nick?
you didn't. I believe in you.
Let me
you
read
didn't
my
need a calculator.
Shut your face. Know your place. Don't say that in a wedding marriage. That won't last long. Michigan State has won the past 2 games.
Experiment.
By check out this.
Okay.
Funny fact. Michigan State has won the past 2 games by 3 points apiece. I like those apples.
That makes sense.
I was doing this at 4:30 this morning. I thought you'd appreciate it.
I do appreciate it.
No, you don't appreciate me, Nick.
I appreciate you.
You were laughing at me. You was like, well, I guess if they did win the past 15.
well, think about it.
It's that haughty Python.
No. Think about this, AD. Let's just think about this. Let's think about this outwardly and publicly.
Well, how about just let me read it?
The last 5 games have been decided by 15 total points. I wonder, on average, that'd be about 3 points of margin.
I said 5 games being 5 or fewer points.
Exactly.
So just let me read it and finish it instead of making fun of me. We know what it is, Mr. Obvious. It just sounded better this morning at 4:32.
And it sounded great at 10 a.m. on the dot.
And then you looked at me and laughed. You're like, oh boy, we got Mr. Remedial Math over here.
Must have never been to Algebra 2.
Actually, I did.
I remember I was in Algebra 2 my sophomore year of high school. Wait, do you guys hear that?
I took it my sophomore year in college.
Wait, who's this?
My gosh.
Oh my gosh. Hold on, something's happened on the board.
Throat punch. DF, can you come down to 740 O Street?
DF's a Cubs fan. Wait, this is... I can't control this. It's just going to play. Oh, no. Maybe we just need to go to break. 10 o'clock hour.
I'll be back. I'm not sure about Nick.
So come on down to Wrigley Field. We're singing now. Go, Cubs, go.
Go, Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say?
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's. I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries with Texas toast. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly cloudy skies. It'll be breezy, see an afternoon higher on 52. Tonight, decreasing cloud cover with light winds, a low around 61. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and warm with a high near 86. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fudge for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
This is Rick Heyman with Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman is celebrating 120 years, and you could win big. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for your chance to win a $120 gift certificate every week. That's right, we're giving away $120 every week as a thank you for being part of our story. Don't miss your chance to treat yourself. Follow Sartor Heyman Jewelers today. Celebrating 120 years. Sartor Heyman, when only the best will do.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3 ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back on this tremendous Tuesday. Don, thank you so much. Goes the drive today has been a great mixture of uplifting content and complete randomness between you two. Yes, it has. Appreciate you guys, and I've been enjoying it. Don, we appreciate you, man. Appreciate you all for tuning in and listening to us, Don, because we do get rando and crazy, and Nick's making fun of senior citizens.
Okay. We need to axe that.
You do.
I do not.
When my hip was bothering me at Matt Talbot Kitchen, you said he's old.
I apologized for you.
No, you really didn't.
I apologized
and
for
then
you.
You came with a backhand remark. So is it really apology? That's like saying, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry I did that, but you deserved it. That's like your apology, you know?
Well,
it is what it is.
Well,
if the shoe fits.
Yeah.
Folks, it's getting close to Saturday. And the closer it gets, Nick, the more I've been diving in these numbers, man. And you said it yesterday, though, all due seriousness. You mentioned this game, this quarterback, this team, second-year coach, they're playing with a lot of fight. They play with a lot of gumption. They play very blue-collar as well, Nick. They're not flashy. There's nothing that jumps out at you. But you know who they kind of remind me of?
Who's that?
The Northwestern teams.
Oh, the ones that were just annoying and pain in the butt.
Yes.
Yeah.
They remind me
of
those Northwestern teams that nothing on tape is going to jump out at you, but they just lean on you. What did Coach Rule have to say yesterday? I want to get your thoughts on it as well.
Yeah, there was a lot there. And Rule was honestly, he was a little vague.
Did that bother you? Let's listen to it first.
Yeah, let's go ahead and listen.
Yeah.
What came into focus for the guys over the bye week? Here's what Nebraska head coach Matt Rule had to say.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time recruiting, so I didn't get as much as I normally. I saw some high school games, but I think watching. I think the message I said to our players is, how does Alabama go from losing the first game to then they beat Georgia, and how does Florida State go from beating Alabama and then losing to Virginia, and how does Illinois go from giving up 63 points, being 63-10, to then turning around and beating USC? And I think it's there's way more parity in college football than ever before. And B, it comes down to your mindset. You know what I mean? And so are you locked in and focused? And whereas, outside the building, you might hear a lot of people say, well, this team's this team's that. You really never know which version of that team's going to show up. You can only control yourself. And so making sure that our guys have the best version of ourselves showing up. I believe last year, Michigan State coming off the bye, they came out and they beat Iowa in Iowa City, which is a hard thing to do. That's a good football team. So Jonathan Smith is an excellent coach. They'll have their team ready. We have to have our team ready. And I think that's the biggest thing. And you saw a lot more close games going down to the wire, coming down to one play. And so in a game where, our game came down to probably one play, not saying we're a play away, but came down to one play. Our guys have to make sure that they're ready to play. So every player can chase their one play and aggregate, 20, 30 better plays.
I find it interesting. He's right about that. I think Matt Rule is absolutely right about it all. Ultimately, there's got to be a lot of reflection. I think we've kind of gotten lost in Nebraska losing to Michigan and the way it felt and the way it looked on the field, and Nebraska got demolished in the trenches. We have allowed that to then transition and translate into this feeling that Nebraska is way worse than they actually are. Nebraska still is 3-1. There's a lot of teams that are 3-1. There's a lot of teams that are 2-2, and there's a lot of teams that are 1-3. And there's a lot of teams that are 0-1 in the conference. There's a lot of season left. October, I said it to start the show yesterday, AD, October is really gettable for Nebraska. Like if we look at these, as Jay always talks about, chapters in a book, right? Mm-hmm. And he talks about it game by game on a much smaller scale. I'll zoom out on the magnifying glass and zoom out and say, okay, let's look at it as groups of 4. And we can say, all right, that's the first set of 4 games. October's the next 4 games. Show us by the end of October that patch of 4 games was better than your first patch of 4 games. October's gettable for Nebraska. There's no reason to think Nebraska shouldn't be 6-2 at worst, 7-1 at best.
You know, Nick, and when you hear Foreman say that it's from the school of thought from Coach Osborne, that was something he instilled in all of us. Is, you know, it's like reading a book. You know, this chapter's done, this chapter's done. Me personally, I'm concerned about October.
Ooh.
Not, and I'm going to preface it this way. I'm concerned in that our first Big Ten game, okay, now granted, it was by one of the premier teams. I mean, that would just won a natty 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Showed some deficiencies that we have. Michigan State will be no slouch. Maryland is playing hot. We don't even have to mention at Minnesota. We go obviously back-to-back road games in the October 11th, October 17th, 11th at Maryland, the 17th at Minnesota. The only game, Nick, and this is just me just being fully transparent, the only game I'm somewhat comfortable with, I'm just looking out the 30,000-foot view before we dial back into Michigan State. The only game to where I feel very comfortable, I'm going to say comfortable with, is Northwestern. All of these other teams, to me, Penn State for obvious reasons, even a wounded UCLA at UCLA.
Oh,
Nick?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, and I hope you're right. I'm just simply
that's
saying.
Where I'll draw. I'll say,
You know,
Maryland and Minnesota are always going to be pesky. UCLA, I don't know.
A wounded animal will rip your freaking face off.
They're bad.
All of them. And Nick,
UCLA might go 0-12.
And you know what? And we should.
Yeah.
I'm saying they should. I'm not saying they should. We should handle that.
Yeah.
What I'm simply saying, until I see more body of work from this team at destroying who they should destroy and win the games they should, I'm just simply saying I'm cautiously optimistic.
Sure.
But I'm very concerned. Not I'm saying we're going to lose. I'm just simply saying, I'm not saying, we're going to. No. Let's take care of business first. Because to me, what I saw, and everybody's got their own interpretation of it, but one thing you can't misinterpret, was the difference in physicality between Nebraska and Michigan. Now, these other teams we're going to play aren't going to have as many as those top caliber guys, obviously, that Michigan has. They're up there for a reason. However, the league still has that mentality of physicality, and Nebraska has to match it. And it has to be consistent. Okay, people say, well, the first drive against Michigan, they matched it, and there were the times they did. But it's got to be more consistent if you want to be the top echelon of the conference. That is my concern. I think they have to also, Nick, prove to themselves they can match that consistently.
Yeah, I think so. I do wonder when as a fan base, like, or just as consumers, I'll say this, and this isn't because of what you just said. This is more of just a question that I think we've been wondering. I've been wondering over the last couple of weeks prior to Michigan even, is like, as consumers of Nebraska football, when do we get to a point to where we're not concerned? Like, what is that line of consistency for us to say, okay, you know what? Nebraska's now done it enough to where we don't. I'm not saying they're there, right? I'm not saying they're there. But if you think back, and this is where I said, I think we are forgetting that Nebraska is a 3-1 team and that Nebraska is improved from where they were last year and where they potentially were the year before as well. I think we forget about it because we have such not short-minded vision, but more so is Michigan is so much on our minds that we forget. Yeah, you know what? After Cincinnati, what were we saying? Okay, you know what? You were supposed to beat Cincinnati. There was a little bit of a scare, but Nebraska was able to avoid a loss. How did they beat Akron? In the way that they were supposed to. How did they beat Houston Christian? In the way they were supposed to. I'm not saying Nebraska's gotten past that point yet.
Right.
But at what point, and this is a question for the text line, 402-464-5685, what is that point for us?
I think, Nick, what you just brought up is great. And
do they have to do it 5 times? Do they have to do it against, like, Nebraska? We forget, Nebraska's not ranked. Like, Nebraska wasn't supposed to beat Michigan per Vegas, per the betting experts, per the people that way smarter than us. So when we talk about teams that you're supposed to beat, like they are supposed to beat Michigan State, and as they are supposed to beat UCLA and Minnesota and Northwestern, when do we get to a point to where we actually talk about them and say, yeah, you know what? I'm not as much concerned about them anymore. Do they have to do it 5 times? Do they have to do it over a course of 2 seasons? Like, what does it look like? Because as Matt Rule just said, the parity in college football is unlike it's ever been before.
You know, Nick, you look at that Cincinnati team that we beat.
Yeah.
Is looking pretty respectable at this point, going in and beating number 25 ranked KU at home. So that game gives me some encouragement, some solace on it as well. And like you mentioned, no one expected, can't say no one, I hope they expected to win. But, you look at overall, obviously Michigan was favored for a reason. And I think Unknown Texter 5284 has got a pointed message here. He goes, Minnesota and Fleck have owned us, and there's no denying that. I mean, that's just the reality of the past number of years. UCLA walked into our crib last year with a losing record and beat us. It's another fact. Husker fans need to be real and understand how young our team is, which is true on the Nick. We are the youngest team in the Big Ten. Growing pains are going to happen. Michigan game was a test for me. I just don't think we've arrived yet. I'm not upset or mad about it. I think we are close. We have to break through somewhere. Where will the breakthrough be? And I think that's a very poignant message right there, Unknown Texter 5284, because I think it's the truth. There has to be more consistency when that breakthrough comes, Nick. And I'm not sure if there's a certain amount of games that says, okay, now we have. I think there's a consistency of play for me that I want to see, the consistency of play. And what I mean by consistency of play, not shooting yourself in the foot in crucial moments. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where, like, I wonder, it's like Old Dad 34, and I get this, like, I'm not trying to tell people how to feel and how to think, but Old Dad 34 on the text line goes, they have to win on a consistent basis and win a game against a ranked team in order for me to think we are back. I'm not sitting here saying Nebraska has to,
we are back.
Like the whole Michael Jordan thing, like I'm back. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. However, I guess to take it a step further, Old Dad 34, as you just kind of mentioned, is like, I want to sit there and go, how do you quantify consistency? Like, is it just a feeling that we get and there's no specific definition? Is it all subjective? Like, how do we want to what do we want the parameters to be? That's what I'm kind of getting at. Is it when Nebraska has back-to-back 9-win seasons? Is it when Nebraska has, if it is, that's fine. And it's going to change obviously into, to each week. But like, if we sit here, okay, hypothetically speaking, if Nebraska, we all sit here and we put this like, man, Nebraska just needs to consistently beat the opponents that they need to beat. Okay, well, that's number one, lazy, because it's very vague and it allows you to sit there and go, well, I wasn't expecting them to beat them, so that makes me sound like if Nebraska at the end of this year, their losses are to Michigan, Penn State, and I'll throw USC in there just because I think USC will be favored. And they're 9-3. We can't use the going into next year saying, well, last year they didn't beat the teams they were supposed to beat.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, we can't, because every other team that they were favored against and expected to beat, they beat. Now, what takes you to the next tier of programs is then being able to knock off Michigan and USC.
Right.
Nebraska's just trying to get back to number one.
Yeah, Nebraska has been, and even some of my just not, of course, not you, but some other friends like, man, hey, you got to have more faith. No, it's not about me not having more faith in Nebraska. I'll bleed red,
Yeah.
But it's about a pattern, and until that pattern is changed, Nick, like what you mentioned, winning the games you're supposed to, at least slugging it out with the teams that maybe have more depth than you, a little more talent than you. But eventually getting over that hump to where you're at least going back and forth with these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're slinging blows back and forth. Nebraska has approved that right now. So that's why I said, for me, October, is it gettable, Nick? Absolutely it is.
That's why
it's totally gettable.
So on that point,
but I have concerns.
Oh, sure. Oh, obviously. Yeah, we're always going to have concerns, I think. I think the other part is also Nebraska.
But Nick, I'm telling you, UCLA could still be pesky. You never know.
I was just gonna let that one slide.
Or rip your face off, man.
I find it interesting. I'm not trying to like ruffle feathers by this and say it. Like, once again, it's an open-ended conversation, because we're never gonna find an absolute like, okay, yeah, you know what? The entire fan base feels this one way, and there's a lot of passion, and we love it, right? It gives us something to talk about on a daily basis. However, I would also add, though, that we do need to give credit where credit is due, and for the first quarter of the season, first 33% of the season, in the group of 4 games, Nebraska has done the expected. We feel gross about it because the one opportunity that Nebraska had to do something unexpected, they failed at.
Yeah.
And everybody was wanting them to do the unexpected. Everybody was wanting them to do something that showed that, you know what, they're ready to take the next step into being a top tier program. But ultimately, through 4 games, if at the start of the season you had said, okay, what's the most realistic outcome of the first 4 games? A large conglomerate of the fan base would say 3-1. This is what's expected. There's been, when in years past, it's been unexpected negatively, where Nebraska's lost the games to Cincinnati. So I'm not trying to tell you that.
And to an Akron.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Georgia
Southern, Troy. I'm not trying to tell everybody, hey, it's all sunshine and rainbows, Nebraska. We're doing just fine. They don't have any more progress to make. But also, we feel, I'm right there with everybody else. We feel like it's so much worse because Michigan's the most recent thing to happen. And we forget that, you know what, the first 3 games of the year, Nebraska did things that they were supposed to. And that hasn't always been a given in the last decade.
Nick, what you said, the past decade of inconsistency has been.
Sure.
You know, I look at Nebraska football right now like a kid learning to walk.
Yeah.
And I mean early stages to where they've got some strength, but they're still a little wobbly at times, you know, and then they get to a big step, hence your Michigan. They're making it, but they take it, and I'm not saying they fall at the bottom of the staircase, but they take they maybe drop a stair or two and kind of gather themselves together. And it's up to Nebraska and how they play. If they decide they're going to keep climbing, take some bumps.
Yep.
You don't have to fall to the very bottom. I think about little AD. Even I was looking at him last night at dinner. You know, AD started walking at almost 8.5 months, 9 months. I mean, he was bow-legged like crazy because he was so young walking. And I could see him trying to climb those stairs. And he'd get to one, he'd kind of stumble a little bit, but he'd grab himself. Like, okay, I need to regather myself. And then he'd keep going.
Sure.
Nebraska had to regather themselves during that bye week, in my opinion, came at a perfect time. You know, to kind of reestablish themselves, injuries, etc., get guys rested. Now you got a home game against a very, very formidable Michigan State, a very hungry Michigan State. Nebraska's fortitude is going to be tested again.
It is. And this is where, so as we continue this conversation, big picture wise, this is an opportunity for Nebraska to now sit there and go, okay, you know what? This is to show us that we expect them to beat Michigan State. We expect them to look improved out of the bye week. A lot of self-scout throughout the bye week. All right, go out and show it. Go out and show it, right? Like, do what's now. I think if you ask Husker fans, what do we expect and want them to do? Go out there, be able to protect Dylan. Go out there and be able to run the ball much better than you did against Michigan, and go win the football game. Go win the football game. And if they do that, we're going to be sitting there on Saturday going, you know what? Okay, Michigan, I'm not discrediting that, and I'm not sitting here and saying that Nebraska, you know, that's one that doesn't need to be talked about. No, because it happened, and Nebraska did not play well. And so we still need to have that in the back of our minds. However, we have to give credit where credit is due. And to this point, if Nebraska goes out there Saturday and beats Michigan State, they are able to run the ball. They're able to get maybe a special teams play. They're able to force some turnovers. They limit penalties. We have to sit there as consumers and as realistic analysts of it and say, you know what? Yeah, Michigan was ugly, but Nebraska did what they needed to do against Michigan State, and they're back on the track. They started off October well. They came out of a bye week. We forget that during Scott Frost's time here at Nebraska never won a game going into a bye week or coming out of a bye week. Do you realize that? Yeah. Like, Nebraska never won a game going into a bye week and then never won a game coming out of a bye week. Okay. And I know Matt Rule doesn't want to be compared and contrasted to Scott Frost and previous regimes, but it's important when we're talking big picture and progression of a program.
And those are the tendencies that got to be breaking, like you said. When we come back, you know, we'll talk some more. We got some more Matt Rule, but also we're going to jump into some of your comments. Me and Nick love to get into most of your, as many as possible of your texts. Great points on here, interesting points. When we come back, we'll dive more into this conversation, folks. It's The Drive. It's Tuesday, 937 Take.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, I'm Sarai, your personal banker here at Midwest Bank. I'm proud to serve our community in English and in Espanol because everyone deserves a banker who understands them. This Hispanic Heritage Month, we're celebrating the traditions, values, and dreams that make our community strong. Whether you're opening your first account, planning for the future, or growing your business, estoy aquí para ayudarle a alcanzar sus metas. I'm here to help you reach your goals. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Byrne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, and it's good to be back on this terrific Tuesday as usual. Time has flown by, and hopefully it has for you on this tremendous Tuesday. Want to get right into some of these texts. And I think it's great conversation. Unknown texter 0628 says, I'm make sure I get the right one. Yeah, I mean, he just mentions, we've got to start protecting Raiola more, in his opinion right there. Not sure he's going to hang around getting sacked at this rate. He's definitely got to get protected more because, like I said, 7 sacks, Nick, as you mentioned, for half a football field is not going to keep someone healthy or happy as far as that goes. Big B, what's up, brother? He goes, Nebraska needs to work on getting back to even par golf and start to be consistent with getting it close and winning those close games. And I think that's something, Nick, that's true. Like you mentioned, want to see start some of those close games being on one. Unknown texter 9659. I'm going to pose this to you, Nick. Good morning, 9659. Do you really think Nebraska will be favored at Maryland and at Minnesota? Nick, I don't think Minnesota.
Well, I actually think if there's one that Nebraska's not favored at, it is Maryland. Minnesota isn't very good this year. I would actually say that Maryland's a little bit better than Nebraska, or excuse me, a little bit better. Here is what I would say. So Kelly Ford, who does some analytical stuff for college football, this is why I say that Maryland feels gettable October feels gettable for Nebraska. Right now, they have a 54% chance analytically, and this is where I go back to exactly what we talked about last segment, about doing what's just expected, because Nebraska's done less than expected in the recent years. Nebraska right now has a 54% chance to get to 9 wins and 82% chance to get to 8 wins. As it stands today, when you take into account offensive rankings, defensive rankings, all of the analytics, that I understand football, it's analytical, yes, and you got to play the game. Well, I'm just as big of a guy in that department as well. Nebraska has an 85% chance to win against Michigan State this Saturday, a 73% chance to win against Maryland the following Saturday, a 71% chance to win against Minnesota on Friday, October 17th, and a 91% chance to win against Northwestern on October 25th. Then USC going down the road into November, that's a 49% win percentage chance. UCLA, 92% chance of win percentage. These next 6 games, but most specifically the 4 in October, once again, if Nebraska does and wants to prove to everybody, all the viewers, all the fans themselves, that they are trending in the right direction, per the analytics, per the people that plug all this into math equations and formulas and pump out numbers, Nebraska should go 4-0 in October. The table is set. It is.
As far as that goes, Nebraska has to decide if they're going to eat or play with the food. You know?
Exactly. This
So
is
the
a
table
Nebraska
and
thing.
you know what Nick reminds me of too? Reminds me of last November. All we had to do was win one freaking game. My buddy here, Marty. What's up, Marty? He sent me a text. He goes, "Listen to your show right." And I love this dude, man. Awesome guy. Listening to your show right now, wondering when Husker fans are going to realize Huskers are just average. Stop it, Marty.
Dang,
and
Marty.
have been for a long time. But the good thing is we banter back and forth. His son had a
100%.
very healthy, successful surgery this morning.
Good.
So continued prayers for you, Marty. Love you, brother. And he says, go Notre Dame. Actually, Marty, Nick would love that too, because Nick is I don't know if Nick is more fascinated with Notre Dame or Marcus Freeman.
It's
the head
a
coach.
Notre Dame.
It's a Notre Dame thing.
It's a Notre Dame thing.
Marty, love you, bro. And man, continued prayers for Emmett too, man. Love you, brother. More, keep me posted on things are going. Nick, let's say which game? Okay, you mentioned those numbers and stats, which I think are very interesting, and it's good. And we both know stats and figures and numbers are good, but you still got to go out on the football field and prove it.
1,000%. You got to win. You got to show it on the field. That's why you play the games.
That's why you play
right?
the games, actually. With Michigan State, Nick. Okay, a very hungry team. A team that has taken some hits, a team that just comes in. It's like, you know what? We're just going to play rugged. What scares you the most about Michigan State?
Well, I think when you look at Michigan State, it's their ability to run the football, and their run defense. I think Nebraska's avenue here for a win on Saturday is they're going to have to throw the rock a little bit. But then when the time comes, and Nebraska needs to hopefully put the icing on the cake, put the nail in the coffin, and go on a soul-crushing drive in the fourth quarter. Are they able to sustain a drive, and are they able to run the football? I think that's the thing I'm looking forward to the most. Is Michigan one thing, and I gave Michigan a ton of respect, is that one thing that Michigan did when they needed to on the road 2 weeks ago, they went on that 15-play drive, 16 if you want to count the field goal. 15-play offensive drive, took up almost 9 minutes of game time, and it took the souls and the wind out of everything that was going on in Memorial Stadium in favor of Nebraska. And so now, conversely, if Nebraska's in that position on Saturday against the Spartans, are they able to do the same thing? They have had it done to them time and time again. Now, are they able to do the same thing? Because that's expected of you.
Yeah. I think also, Nick, Nebraska they can learn a lot. There's always that saying, if you're in agriculture, you've heard this before. And even if you're not in agriculture, you've heard this before. You can always learn more from a bad crop than a good one. Nebraska, you look at this game tape of 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago now. There's a lot they can learn from that. In particular, that 15-play drive. They had third down and long 3 dadgum times.
3rd and 5, 3rd and 9, and 3rd and 11.
And they converted on all of them.
All 3 of them.
You can use those to a team that's not as strong as Michigan interior-wise and say, you know what? I don't like how that tasted. I don't like how that felt. It's not going to happen again. So they can – it depends. Like you said, the table is set, Nick, with them. And there's plenty of they have some concerns with them, with Michigan State. Like you mentioned, their quarterback, he definitely doesn't get the credit he deserves. We both know that. So it's going to be interesting to see what Nebraska does. Aiden Childs, like I said, and Aiden Childs is a big boy, 6'3", 225.
Yeah.
Very similar measurements as Underwood. Obviously doesn't have the legs that he does, but he's sneaky good. He's sneaky good. So the things they have to be concerned with on that. But, yeah, the table's set up for them. He's concerned for me. But, again, Nebraska, there's a lot they can learn by really breaking down that tape against Michigan and going against this because it's a very gettable game. You look at some of the predictions, Nick. Most of the predictions are going for Nebraska to win this game. By Andy Staples of On3 says Nebraska by 10. Christian Romo of Detroit Free Press, one of their newspapers, 38-35 Skurs. BCF Toy says Nebraska, 84% probability of winning. And then ESPN FPI says 86% rate Nebraska wins. All we know, that's great decorations. That's great window dressing. You got to go out there and get it done.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Let's get one more clip from Matt Rule before we get to break. Williams Nwaneri, what has he liked from this guy? It's a real quick clip, but I specifically wanted to bring this up for a reason.
He's rugged. He's physical. He just goes like this every day. Right? He just gets better every week. Williams does, and he's been very focused. And he's got all the talent in the world. Just getting him to improve every day, and he's doing that. So I've been pleased with Williams.
Williams Nwaneri is in a spot, I think, from a career standpoint, AD, to where he could do some special things at Nebraska. He's got multiple years remaining. And out of that front four, he's been the most active this year. When you compare him to whether it's been Elijah Judy, whether it's been Riley Van Poppel, who we're still waiting to see pop, Cameron Lenhart, Keona Davis, or Williams Nwaneri. So 5 guys there. I think Williams Nwaneri has been the most active and noticeable on that front. And this is a guy that we didn't really know what to expect coming in. It's a 5-star out of the state of Missouri. He comes in, or he goes to Missouri, obviously the in-state school, doesn't play, transfers out. You don't know what the situation is going to be, or really what the output is going to be, and how soon you can get him to be a playmaker. And he's been the most active, in my opinion, on that front, on a front that hasn't been very good either, right? And so you're looking for guys, I think, to go make plays. That's the other side of this Saturday. You're going to need guys to just go make plays.
I got a unknown texture says, can we have a what does he say on there, Nick?
Can we have a math time slot for 80 to work on math problems? The train leaves the station at 7 going 56 miles an hour. Another train leaves at 9 going 67. When do they meet? It takes a while to do this. Don't worry about it.
I've had people ask me this before. You know what? I'm not. You got to consider the head start of Train A.
That is true.
It's going slower.
It is going slower.
But it did get a 2 hour.
It got a 2 hour
head
start.
Train B is going at 67 miles per hour. Difference of 11 miles per hour is there.
Yep.
11 miles per hour there. I'm still going to say
80. I would not answer it because it's going to put you on the spot. If you got it wrong, it's going to make you look worse.
No, I'm going to say meet about 7 o'clock
in the morning.
No, what time do they leave?
7
a.m. Maybe p.m.
Yeah, okay. So if they left at 7 a.m., you're saying 7 p.m.?
I say that 9 plus 10 hours, 11 minutes apart. It's about 7 o'clock, between 6:30 and 7 o'clock that night. That's just my guess.
There you go. All right, Fresh. Let us know.
Since you gave me that question, what is the answer then?
And please show your work so we know you got it. So we know that you figured it out correctly.
I'm just guessing by 11 miles per hour.
I'll let you know.
2 hours difference.
Fresh, I'll let you know when I see your work. I'll let you know if it's true.
Yeah, I'm thinking about anywhere between 6:30, 7:30.
Okay,
somewhere around there. Considering the 2 hour head start and 11 miles per hour difference.
Okay,
I know I'm probably off by an hour, maybe 3 hours, but I'm thinking that's
okay.
about time.
Okay,
it's about time.
Good. I don't know the answer. I just know not to back myself into a corner.
I'm just throwing it out. I'm not backing myself.
That's setting me up for failure if I try to give
6:30 and
an
7:30.
answer.
Even closer, I'm going to say between 6:45 and 7:30 because 45 minutes, 11 minutes. I was going to say between 6:45 and 7:30.
You carry the 7.
That's my window. What does carry 7 mean? We'll be back.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
This is Rick Heyman with Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman is celebrating 120 years, and you could win big. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for your chance to win a $120 gift certificate every week. That's right, we're giving away $120 every week as a thank you for being part of our story. Don't miss your chance to treat yourself. Follow Sartor Heyman Jewelers today. Celebrating 120 years. Sartor Heyman, when only the best will do.
There are great Mexican restaurants all over town, but there is one that is especially worth the drive from any part of town. Tacos Los Hermanos at 70th and Havelock. Cool off this summer with a delicious horchata or other special drinks, and grab one of their famous taco boxes for a group of friends or coworkers to enjoy, full of birria tacos and many other options. Don't forget their great desserts like tres leches, flan, and cheesecake. Get to Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 404-5238, or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Are your feet just killing you and you feel like all hope is lost? Say goodbye to discomfort and hello to pain relief at Brown's Shoe Fit. They offer expert advice along with high-quality products to help you find the right solution tailored to your specific needs. Need a different width? Not a problem. Brown's carries a wide range of widths in store. Brown's Shoe Fit on 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, I'm Sarai, your personal banker here at Midwest Bank. I'm proud to serve our community in English and in Espanol because everyone deserves a banker who understands them. This Hispanic Heritage Month, we're celebrating the traditions, values, and dreams that make our community strong. Whether you're opening your first account, planning for the future, or growing your business, estoy aquí para ayudarle a alcanzar sus metas. I'm here to help you reach your goals. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O, sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. It's been a great show. Hopefully you've had a great time on the ride this morning. It's been fun, man.
It has.
It's been a lot of fun.
And it's an exciting day. Go Cubs.
Nick, what time do they play? 2:30?
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
It's like 2:08 first pitch. ABC.
Isn't that weird for it to be on ABC at 2 p.m., man?
They know where to put the needle movers.
The needle movers.
They know where to put them. Everybody's going to watch it.
Eric says, AD, stop it.
Yeah. Crowbait, that kind of math hurt my head. Yeah, it did. Trust me.
Yeah, I just took the guess. Well,
There's a reason we do what we do.
The guy that sent it never responded. What's
He
up with
said,
that?
yeah, no, he did. He said that they meet at beer 30. So there's that for you.
08884. That's good. That's good. Because I just threw a number out there. Who knows?
Oh, really?
Who knows?
Whenever that fooled me.
Who knows? Carry the 4.
Carry the 4, yeah.
Chevy Chef's theorem.
If you're confident, you can fool a lot of people.
I did have stats class, man. And you know who helped me get through stats?
Who's that?
You met Acom, about the EU.
Oh,
Acom
yeah.
See, Acom went to Northwestern, though.
That's helpful.
So, yeah, his other brother went to Cornell.
Uh-huh.
His other brother went to MIT.
Okay.
And
I thought you were going to say the random person sitting left of me in class, in stats class.
No, Acom. and if you've been at Lincoln a long time, went to any Lincoln Public Schools, and you were there in the high schools, late 70s, early 80s, you remember that last name, Udofia.
Mm-hmm.
Nikera, Udawak, and those guys were like insane athletes, but
That's
insanely
crazy.
smart. So when you have a best friend that knows math, like Acom, I was sitting there literally in his kitchen table. He was talking. He could have been speaking German to me.
Jeez,
I had no idea what he's talking about.
That's why you have him as your best friend.
Yes.
AD, what you got today?
Well, no, we're gonna keep talking about. No,
Yeah, I know.
No, folks, listen. Today, I my whole attitude adjustment today is literally to go to Lincoln.
Lincoln.ne.gov.
Lincoln.ne.gov. Look at those 6 pillars, folks. Regardless if you have kids or not, yourself, it's all about mental health. And I know this is the last day of September. Again, it's Cancer Awareness, Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Get into your doctors. It's also mental health. So again, Lincoln.ne.gov. The 6 pillars, folks. It's your attitude. It's your choice. Nick, tomorrow we start breaking down the game even deeper, man.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, man.
I'll either be really sad or I'll be really happy.
It's best of 3, though.
It is best of 3. We'll see what happens. It's a great day of baseball. This is the fun time to start watching.
4 games on today, folks. Thanks for riding with us. It's The Drive. 93.7 Ticket.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hi, I'm Sarai, your personal banker here at Midwest Bank. I'm proud to serve our community in English and in Espanol because everyone deserves a banker who understands them. This Hispanic Heritage Month, we're celebrating the traditions, values, and dreams that make our community strong. Whether you're opening your first account, planning for the future, or growing your business, estoy aquí para ayudarle a alcanzar sus metas. I'm here to help you reach your goals. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal